How do you keep close to Christ?
Well, we do, my wife and I, we do a Bible study every day.
Hmm.
We, there's World Christian Bible School,
Right.
WVBS, I think it's called. It's
Okay.
free,
Right.
totally free. And uh, they got like tons of videos, and you can take a book, either, like Isaiah, Matthew, Romans, whatever. You take a book, and they have a whole uh, study right from the beginning to the end of that book.
Okay.
And they're like, 1 hour long videos.
Right.
And so our regular day, we get up in the morning, we have our breakfast, and then we make our coffee, and then we sit down, we read our devotionals. There's two devotionals, the Good Seed and the Daily Bread.
Okay.
We read from there, and then we go to the to our Bible study. And the Bible study, like each one, like um, each video encompasses like maybe a chapter and a half.
I see.
So it starts from the beginning of the book to the end of the book, and it's a chapter and a half, usually per video, depending on how big the book is itself, or how uh, some books have a lot more meaning to them than other books do, and there's a lot more stuff to dig into, right? So
Right.
there may be like some books might have like 15 videos for the book, and then some books might have 37 videos to the
I
book.
see. Okay.
And then you kind of like you read the chapter that corresponds with the video, so that way you can follow along. They have study notes, like it's just like a classroom type seminary type deal.
Okay.
And we do that unless we have appointments or something like that, but that's our usually our regular routine
Hmm.
to do that every day.
You, I find, you have your breakfast, you have your coffee in the morning, you get physically fed, right?
Yeah.
And then you need the spirit to, I find that you need to be spiritually fed too.
Yes.
And getting into God's word, and being fed by, uh, his his bread and his water, that really helps get you through the day.
Yes, it
It,
does.
it really fortifies you.
Well, he takes care of it all, right? Like, in the morning time we say our prayers. You thank him for the nourishment of the food for the physical body, and then we thank him for the Holy Spirit for the spiritual nourishment, right?
Right.
So it's he covers it all, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I want to talk about family now. And you mentioned that you and your wife are both believers. Are there any other of your members of your family who are Christ followers too?
Unfortunately, very few. Um,
Hmm.
on my wife's side, her mother and her stepfather, because her father passed away years ago, but her mother, her uncle, and her aunt. So there's three on her side, and she has a big family.
Okay.
And on my side, there's just me, and I have a huge family.
All
I
right.
Yeah, I think I have two cousins back in Ontario that talk highly of Jesus Christ, but I don't think they're actually saved. Like, because there's a command that God gives us about salvation.
Right.
And I don't think they've done the command. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they've repented, and I
Okay.
don't think there's any baptismal there, like, it's one thing. It's like my sisters, like I constantly working on my sisters all the time. You know, they believe in God.
Right.
A lot of them, a lot of their family members believe in God, and
Okay.
they'll even they'll even pray to them when they're in dire straits. But it seems to be that's as far as it goes, right?
Okay. So you need to, can we say that you need to keep praying for them then?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do. We do. We're constantly holding them up to God all the time. That
Yes.
because like I know we plant the seed and God does the watering, but
Yes.
it's to get them to read, because I think the answers are in the Bible. Like it doesn't matter what I say. I'm the big brother, right? So you know, you
That's
know,
right.
don't
Yeah.
take my word for it. Read the Bible, right?
Look at, yeah, you can read it yourself too.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping that through them reading, which I'm trying to get them to do, that maybe they'll hit that one verse or that, that passage that'll just trigger it, because
Right.
that's how most happen to most of us, right? It's so usually that verse or that passage that triggers us, right?
Nice. Now, how do you and your family stay close to Christ? You mentioned that you and your wife do your daily devotions and you attend church. Um, do you do anything else besides that?
Well, I have a website that I put up. I think I started it just after I was leaving Kingston.
Okay.
When we were in Kingston, just before I got saved, when I was attending the Trinity Chapel for Bible study in church on the base in Kingston,
Right.
the wife and I, we got involved with the chaplaincy at the
Okay.
base, and we were helping out with uh, people with PTSD,
Hmm.
men and women that were on the edge of suicide.
Wow.
Um, uh, just shortly after that, I got posted to JSR, which is a first line unit, and
Right.
they had 4 rotations in and out of Afghanistan, and there was a big need for hosting these people
Uh-huh.
who were suffering, and we got into it hook, line, and sinker. Like we got into it deep, and we started, hosting some of the young kids at our house that were trying to kill themselves, and because
Mhm.
we might have lost 156 or 100 and something in Afghanistan, but we lost over 170 or 180 to suicide at our bases
Wow. On top of that.
on top of that.
Uh-huh.
So we got deep involved with that, and we did a thing. The U.S. military sent a bunch of Padres and Padre assistants to the Kingston base, and we got involved with that, and
Hmm.
so we stayed connected with that. And then it was just like I said, just before I got posted, I started a website,
I
uh,
see.
military prayer warrior.
Hmm.
Uh, uh,
I see that's your background there.
well, that's just the prayer warrior passage, but I think I posted my web link in our chat a few times there in our text there.
Okay. Yes.
Uh, I was hosting it myself, doing pretty well all the work myself, and it was a lot of work. And I was doing like a study blog within it.
Okay.
It was meant to be at first. It was meant to be just a site to connect military individuals that were needing help with all the branches of the military and stuff like that. CISA, the mental plate, the mental health, and all that stuff. There, it was kind of like just you know a, a landing page to find something that you're looking for in the military to help you with whatever problem you had.
Okay.
And it was based mostly upon Christian beliefs, because there's
Hmm.
a lot of websites out there that offer all kinds of assistance. But I found that in some cases when I was talking to some fellas, and sitting in group meetings, that they had kind of like exhausted all the formal programs that were available
Right.
through Veterans Affairs or through the Canadian Armed Forces and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
And I always said, well, okay, what do you got to lose? Let's take a look at the Bible. Like, you've tried everything else.
Right.
Let's see what God has to say, right? So that's kind of like what I started to do with that site. And then we got into some heavy study blog study blogs. So I had categories broken down, like theology, hard questions, um,
Right.
salvation, what does it mean?
Hmm.
Uh, uh, just different types of uh, like a prayer section to post prayers for people that were still overseas. You know, um, we had lots and lots of views. I was trying to get people to engage, but
Right.
I'm not that good at uh, promoting. I
Okay.
was because I was doing all the web design myself, right? I do web design, so I'm doing all the designing and posting all this information, but I wasn't really good at that. What they call it, SEC, what it is, it's called. It's for promoting the site through the internet type deal,
Oh, okay. Okay.
for like search engine stuff like that.
Okay. Or social media platforms.
Yeah, like getting it out there enough so that you can get people. It's one thing for people to just to see it, but to engage in it, right? That's I was kind of hoping to get them
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
engage. So what I did, and I'm hoping this is going to be like a two-way thing, because I have a daughter that doesn't believe.
Okay.
It's like she doesn't believe. Like
Okay.
she like she's married now with a young fella. His family are Catholics,
Uh-huh.
and but he doesn't really, he's not interested. I don't know if he really believes or not, because he was brought up Catholic, so I don't know where he really falls in his belief, but he's just not interested no more in anything that has to do with God.
Okay.
But my daughter, on the other hand, she used to date an atheist.
Oh, okay.
So she's got zero interest and doesn't think it's real. It's just mythical,
Okay.
like Lord of the Rings, you know?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Something that was like something from the Mayan book of belief or something. So I'm
So,
hoping she's a web designer as well. And I asked her to take over my site.
okay.
And she deals with a company called Squarespace.
Hmm.
And it's she knows how to do promotions because she's a multimedia video editor. She does all these commercials and audio stuff for like travel guides, and you know
Right.
and she's good at that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that maybe by me handing it over to her, and then I'll just feed her content, and then she does all the,
She does all the work. She puts it all together.
yeah, so I give her
Okay.
content, so she needs to read all this stuff, right?
Right.
she's uh she's big into grammar, so if I write stuff up, she's going to have to read it.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping that maybe this might, it's like
Help.
I'm swinging a double-edged sword here, you know what I mean? Like,
It'll help her. You're hoping, I get the feeling it's gonna, you're hoping to strike a chord, or the Lord will speak to her heart through what she's
yes,
doing with you.
yeah.
And keep praying for her, man. Keep praying for her, and just be there for her, and um let's see what the Lord does.
Well, she has noticed a big change in me, and she has talked about that, and she
Okay.
sees how happy I am, because I was never happy before, right?
Right.
I was always angry, always angry, you know, being brought up on the streets and believing that, my father left because of me, because that's the first thing a kid thinks, right? They
Yeah.
automatically think it's their fault.
Yeah.
So I was always angry, selfish, self-centered, and she sees like a big difference, and she's even brought it up to my wife, my new wife, and she's even mentioned it to her mother. Like, I can't believe the change that dad is in. He's so happy, like,
There you go.
so I'm hoping that a little bit of everything might
Mhm.
change her thoughts, you know,
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
because I've left her with the big question, like, do you believe that there's life after death?
Okay.
Because she likes science, and a lot of people that I deal with too are big into science. And that's the question I leave them with at the first. Do you believe in life after death?
And she's really thinking about that one.
Yeah. So,
Oh, that's good. That is good.
yeah.
So, what experiences have you and your family faced um, where you've seen God act in your lives?
Oof. Wow. So many wonderful things. Well, I could start with this home.
Okay.
Um, when we were in the PMQs, and it was I was on retention because I
Hmm.
was being medically released, um,
Okay.
which I think is a crazy system the military has. There's no reason why they couldn't have kept me there till 60. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
there's no reason. Like, I think they lose more manpower with that release program than they do. But anyways, that's another story.
Okay.
But I was on a retention because when you get 3B, when they're ready to release you, you can apply or send a memo up the chain to be retained, and they give you a desk job, so to speak, right?
Okay.
And I had put a memo in to be retained, and I got my retention. Now they restrict it to like 2 years, and then they reevaluate and they sometimes give you an extra year, maybe two after that, right? So
Right.
so anyways, I was on my retention plan, and we knew it was time that we had to start looking because we were in PMQs at the time, right?
Okay.
And we had just went to the bank to get a pre-approval there for a mortgage and all that stuff to get the wheels started, right? The ball
Yes.
bouncing.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you're familiar with that website there, realtor.ca.
Okay.
Well, you can go into it. It's kind of like an interactive website where you can put in your amounts of your, like, from 0 to 200,000, something like
Okay.
that, right?
Right.
And then it kind of like localizes the homes within that price range according to your area.
Okay.
So if you do like a New Brunswick area, it'll zone in on every home that's
That's listed.
listed
Okay.
in that price range, right? So we had put in our price range, and I went about 50,000 over just to see what was available just outside our price range.
Hmm.
This house came up, and it looked nice. It was right in the perfect area. It was nice little home, modest home, not a big home at all. It's just a bungalow. It's a two-bedroom bungalow,
Right.
full basement. And and I kept saying to my wife, I said, boys and boys, I said, that's too bad. It's 50,000 over our price range. I said,
Yeah.
that's a nice little home, little 2 acre lot, you know, and it was in a nice quiet community.
Right.
And I even noticed the church was like 2 minutes up the road. Like,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
you can walk to the church on a nice day if you wanted to, right?
Uh-huh.
And we just said, well, it's too bad, so we just kept looking. And so my wife started praying about the house,
Hmm.
a nice house, and it was perfectly located. And if it to be your will, God can price started going down.
Oh,
It actually started going down, and we
okay.
noticed it dropped about $10,000, and it was getting closer to our price range. And I kept saying to my wife, saying, well, it could be. And I was looking at the information, and it was an estate home. The fella had passed away, and
Okay.
the kids were taking care of it. And when you have a empty house, the insurance is doubled, right? Like when you don't stay in the house, I guess the insurance doubles and all that stuff there.
Right.
It looked like they were trying to rent it out, and they couldn't get it rented out because we're in the middle of nowhere. It's just like 45 minutes to any kind of grocery store, right? So
Okay.
so it wasn't doing very good for renting. And I was looking at the pictures, and you could see there was neglect
Hmm.
starting in the home, right? So we started praying again on it, and it was probably about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks later, I was
Right.
at work,
Hmm.
and we had prayed that night that God, if this is the home you want for us, God, like you need to do something because we can't afford it. It's too much.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I get a phone call at work, and my wife is just like beside herself. She said the price just dropped. It was dropped about $10,000, $12,000 drop. Just boom.
Wow.
I mean, it dropped right at the edge of our price range.
So it
And
sounds like they wanted to start get rid of it as quickly as possible, right?
yeah, yeah. And so we put a bid on it lower than what they wanted,
Right.
and they took it.
Nice.
And we brought in, well, military aid. They send the inspector into the house and everything else. That's all part of their program there, the CISA program and all that, right? So,
Okay.
and they came back with some things that need to be settled, and it was like there was um, no argument with the other people, no stress with the other people. There was not even any negotiating or nothing. They just said, "Yep, it's yours. Here, we'll take another 10,000 off for you." And
Wow.
it's just like, and we got the place for like 90,000.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That is
So
great.
like that there was definitely God's hand. There was no doubt about it. It was definitely God's hand. Like,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
yeah,
And you've been enjoying it ever since.
yeah, yeah, yeah.